Never had Korean barbecue. I think we've all had one of those like Fogo de Chao Brazilian steakhouse places. Those I do like. Those I
It's
do like.
it's
I
like
like that a
that,
lot.
except the meat quality is terrible and it's not cooked yet.
That thing Kyle described, it's Brazilian steakhouse, is that what it is?
Yeah,
So like,
where you raise the flag for like the
Or
green.
flip the little
I've told the story
thing.
before. I went there thinking that I would beat the restaurant. You can't. There's no beating the house at this place. I may have gotten my money's worth. It was expensive, but
I don't know. It's $70.
Was it 70? I had 40 in my head. I'm not sure.
It could have been. I had 70. I thought it was rather expensive. The salad bar alone is like 15.
I ate a lot. Joe Lozon and I had like an eating contest, and then afterwards they made fun of me for winning. Who makes fun of someone for winning? What kind of bullshit is that? That's
Joe
how it went.
Lozon is a 2-time eating contest loser.
Is he really? Did he lose both times?
Lost to me and he lost to Woody.
Wow, what a bitch.
Yeah, Joe Lozon sucks.
Dude, I can say that because he lives
It's like he doesn't have that
Killer instinct.
that will to win that you see it amongst like athletes and I don't know, champions of any kind. You know, they've just got like Woody and I.
Yes.
And
Wow,
it's just not there for Joe.
I'm not included and you're in Woody's elite.
You've never have you ever won an
Can you
eating
beat
contest?
Joe Lozon in an eating contest?
I would destroy both of you in an eating contest.
I don't know. You're talking to a set of champions while you are a contender. Talking a big
Kyle.
game.
Kyle, you're one of my closest friends. I would molest you in an eating contest. It wouldn't even be. I'm
What
laughing.
would the contest be? What are we eating?
Pick anything, bitch.
Rice.
Anything.
We're eating rice.
Rice. Is that what we're gonna do? Lose an eating contest?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
I would-
We're eating white rice and we're weighing it before and after.
It would be a bloodbath.
You don't even know what you're getting into.
You have no idea, my friend. Oh, one of us has had weight problems their whole life, and the other one hasn't. You're gonna be like, where are you putting it? I'm gonna eat your food. Once you're bitching out, laying back, I'm gonna reach over. I'm gonna eat your food. I'm gonna make you feel like a bitch.
Joe and I did quarter pounders.
I remember
that was our
that.
little eating
How many did you
contest.
eat?
6 or 7.
Wow. And then did you start the contest?
It was time though. It wasn't like
timed.
yeah.
Okay.
Why-
Timed is something that makes it a lot harder.
Why are you guys in so many eating contests with UFC veteran Joe Lozon?
He eats a lot.
You know,
Because the guy thinks
He's
he can
known for
hang.
eating a lot. When he goes to a restaurant, he orders 2 entrees.
And you and Woody always just happen to be there?
Oh, we've gone on some trips with him before. We've vacationed with him a few times. Yeah.
How do you guys know him originally?
I don't know, kind of from the internet, from the show. Woody was a fan of him, maybe talked about him on the show. We had him on the show as a guest. Then we invited him to come play paintball with us at a big like YouTuber event we were doing in Joliet. He agreed, and then he went again. And
We met him in Boston first. We were going to PAX East. That was the
That's
first time we met
right.
him. Yeah.
That's right. We were all in Boston for PAX, and he invited Woody to come like roll with him, jiu-jitsu, and Woody and I like took a train,
Train,
and then a
planes, and
rented
automobiles.
car.
It would
We
seem.
went fucking planes, trains, and automobiles. I think. Did I bring a girl with me? Did I have Jess with me?
I think you might have had just Kitty.
Oh, Kitty. That's what it was. Yeah. And so Kitty came along, and Woody. Oh, why didn't I bring Jess? That's weird.
I don't think.
And anyway, we went out there, and I don't know. Woody rolled with him, and I think I filmed it and did
I
like the
came in
FTS
second.
Russia thing.
Pretty good.
He came in second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I was a fan of Joe from The Ultimate Fighter and from the UFC, and I guess he
Yeah.
watched my videos, and he said something on Reddit, and we just kind of met, and it turned out, he liked my videos, I liked his work, and we met.
I always liked Joe Lozon too. From that season, though, I think that was the best season of The Ultimate Fighter. Season 5. A guy we had on our podcast was Marlon Sims, who was the dude who got kicked out for the in-house fight where he slammed another guy's head into the concrete while that other guy was trying to armbar him.
That's, wow. Yeah, season 5 and season 1 were the best ones, I think.
Season 1, they get blacked out drunk the first night, and then most consecutive nights after that.
That's
most subsequent nights.
crazy. It got more competitive later on. Like season 1, no one knew it was up, and like I guess those guys knew what an opportunity it was. But you go on a couple of years, and suddenly everyone is like, "I'm here to win this competition. I'm here to make a life for myself. I have a kid at home, a wife, a girlfriend, and I've got responsibilities. I need to succeed in this thing."
Yeah.
And oftentimes young fighters don't have anything. I don't have a backup plan. So it adds to the like, oh my God, this needs to work.
Sure.
But season 1, like you said, like MMA was kind of I wouldn't say it was a new thing, but it was a thing. It was an evolving thing. People were still figuring it out.
There wasn't much money in it, so I feel like it was like the NFL in the 60s and 70s, where the quarterback would smoke a cigarette, chug a beer, and then jog out onto the field to start the offense. That's how MMA was in 2005, and it was awesome. And now, it's the same thing. A Brazilian guy, I need to make a UFC champion and feed my family. I give thanks to God. And that guy is eating fucking keto in the corner, reading books, then going to bed at 5.
Reading books. What a bitch.
Yeah, that's how the Ultimate Fighter is shaped up now. Every season has been unwatchable past like the Junie Browning season, which I think was season 8. That was the last drunk psycho.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Junie Brownie was a villain on the show. He was an absolute asshole, pretty tough guy. I hated him so much, and I was training at the time. I would daydream about what would happen if I were to fight him. Wouldn't go my way. Junie Brown would kick my ass. But I did wish I could beat him. I hated that guy. He was totally hateable. Every move he made was hateable. Everyone on his team hated him. Everyone on the other team hated him.
Yeah.
He was
It worked, though, because after he got off the show, he had created such a profile for himself. People hated him, but that meant they knew about him and they wanted to watch him. So I remember he was going to be the UFC Golden Boy. They put him in one of the primo slots for the Ultimate Fighter finale, and Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan. The amazing transformation of this young man. He may be bound for UFC stardom. They wanted to turn him into this fucking, this phoenix rising from the ashes story. But then I'm pretty sure he got a DUI or beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and he was off the scene and in jail.
You know who I liked, who made a profile for himself that wasn't a winner? Von Flue. Man, he invented the Von Flue choke. I presume.
That's the only way I know. Yeah, that's the only reason I know him. I'm going to pull him up right now. I feel like he was from one of the early seasons of Ultimate Fighter. Am I wrong there?
He was an early season guy. I forget. There was
Jason Von Flue, I think.
There was a favorite on that show. And he had a torn ACL, so he wasn't the best version of himself. And Von Flue's matching up against him. And he's sitting on the back porch. He'd already won a match or two. So this guy, he was the underdog in every fight, and he somehow won. And he's like, tomorrow I got to go up against a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a mentor. The guy owns a gym. He's a total badass. He's maybe favored to win the show. And he's like, I got to figure out a way to beat him. And it was so heartfelt. It was so he's talking to the camera, but he's talking to himself. And it's like, I'm in a predicament here. I'm going to fight a guy tomorrow that's better than me. And I got to figure out how to win anyway. And then he did. And it was, I caught the Von Flue, bitch. I was a fan. I was in. Yeah. I'm like, I got a fucking sick case of the Von Flue. When's he fight next? I'm in. Yeah. The guy was awesome. And he had a pretty long UFC career.
That sounds like incredible television. Him just in a semi-meditative state talking about his predicament and what he needs to do. It would have been the best if he finished the guy with the Von Flue choke, and that's what made the Von Flue choke.
He might have. I could look it up. I wonder how he beat this guy. Jason.
It was the second season. I don't really remember much about the second season. Was that Randy Couture and Chuck Liddell coaching that season?
Or was it the first?
No, they coached the first.
Season.
Yeah, you're right. They coached the first. I don't remember who coached the second, but I remember all of those. The first cluster of seasons was pretty good. Season 3 was pretty sweet too, with Shamrock and Tito Ortiz.
I could talk about this all night. Oh, by the way, he won by decision, the fight I'm talking about. I always felt like the Tito Shamrock thing was like a marketing stunt. It bugged me a little bit. Tito was relevant. Shamrock totally wasn't. They fought each other 3 times or 4 times. They just stretched that thing out for fucking ever. 3?
Yeah.
And Tito won all 3 times. So it's not like there was this big trilogy fight where they had to decide it. Tito just always won. And they acted like you hated each other. And then after the fight, they're like, hey, man, you know what? We both made a lot of money. It's all wins. And it's like, that's what this was all about. And you got Tito, pretty relevant, good but not champion, against Shamrock, who's this over the hill. Does he even belong in the UFC? And they kept matching him up for the money. UFC doesn't do that much, and I appreciate that about them.
I, on the contrary, wish they would do a lot more of that, because even though it was pretty clearly fake, the conflicts they had when Ken Shamrock was leaning over the cage and Tito Ortiz was giving him the double birds and they were screaming at each other. And then when Ken Shamrock told Tito he was going to beat him into a living death and Tito started laughing and then Ken kicked the fucking chair in his face. That was still really good entertainment television. Ken Shamrock had incredible instincts on how to sell a fight. And you gotta give it to him, even if you know it's fake. I wish more fucking dudes from Brazil or Kazakhstan or wherever they're coming from today in the UFC would do shit like that.
Brazil, I'm with you. Somehow these Islam Russian guys that are coming into the thing now with barely any English, I love them. I'm into Nurmagomedov, even though I get his name 80% right. I'm into Chazmat or Hazmat or whatever the fuck the new guy is.
Hazmat.
Like, dude, you give me a fucking Russian with an Abe Lincoln beard and somehow I'm an Insta fan. And I don't know. I kind of dig it.
They sort of talk shit in this autistic way that ends up being entertaining. The way Khabib talks shit is great. I remember when he tweeted at Conor after Conor threw the dolly through the bus window. Why you throw bus dolly? Why not come on board the bus? I don't understand. In Russia, no one does this. Something really simplistic where it was a stream of consciousness narration of what was going on, and he just tweeted it. And I loved it.
Conor was like, where are you at? Khabib, where are you at? Let's go. Where are you at? And he's like, I said location. like he was down. What? Everyone knows where I am. I'm in my gym. I'm not hard to find. And he answered literally to this sort of figurative question. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that's a great example right there of their autism, their inability to see metaphor or idiom. They read it straight up. One of my favorite pieces of shit talking that's gone down recently was directed at Khabib by Dylan Dennis when he photoshopped Khabib to make it look like Khabib was holding a bottle of Proper 12 and drinking it, which is so taboo because Khabib is so Muslim. Yeah. And that's why Khabib went over the side after he beat Conor and double jump kicked Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of Khabib photoshopped with a bottle of Proper 12.
Oh, that's funny. I like Khabib. Kyle, not a huge Khabib fan. I don't know if he dislikes him.
I don't like his personality at all. I just think he's so fucking boring. Like he's not cool. There's no way you can think Khabib is a cool guy, or he'd be a fun guy to like do a thing with. He'd be boring and dull and just not interesting. Like you know they offered him $100 million to go fight Mayweather, and he was like, "Why I need more money? I have all the rice and silly hats I could want." And it's like,
dude, I like that.
I that.
There's more than one way to be interesting, and one way is to be super duper sincere, right? Conor goes up and puts on a show. He plays a character almost every fucking press conference. This overly cocky, can't dent his confidence bullshit front he puts on. Who the fuck are you, right? When the guy's like, I'm the hardest hitting 145er.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Dude,
I need your accent, Taylor. I need your accent.
The people who don't like that line, there's two people on the planet who don't like that line. There's you and Khabib. That's it.
That guy wasn't Khabib.
Khabib is also like, but you know who he is.
But you understand.
That's my frustration. I don't know this person is the most cliche, low-hanging fruit of an insult that's been used in all of sports everywhere. And Conor in particular, I have seen Conor go on the whole fucking UFC roster. Like, I could fight this guy. He knows how much everyone weighs, how long
Yeah.
their arms are, what their record is, what their fighting style is. Connor is an expert in the UFC roster, and to pretend he doesn't know Jeremy Stevens is just stupid.
He's
That's
not
the shit
pretending he
talk.
doesn't
Like,
know him.
there's
He's insulting him.
he's
saying
saying,
that he's
like-
nobody.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
not saying I
He's
don't know
saying,
you.
who are you to talk to me? Is what.
Who the fuck are you? No one
Yeah.
knows who you are. Everyone knows who I am. He's just like, that's what he's kind of doing, is laying. And the reason, like,
I get
you could even make the case of like the reason that this is such a storied insult in sports is because it works. You know, if fucking Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby or someone in the NHL gets like some enforcer who's hanging out in the AHL, like, you fuck you, Sidney. He's like, who are you? Like, what? Who are you?
In that case, he doesn't know him.
But I mean, like, you even see that in there was one Pat Maroon, now 2-time Stanley Cup champion with different teams. When he was getting called up from the AHL, he's a bruiser. He was trying to talk shit to someone on the Anaheim Ducks at one point, I believe. And the guy on the Anaheim Ducks was a real player who had been there. And this Pat Maroon was brought up for just a couple of games, and he gave like Pat Maroon was like, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You want to fight?" And this other guy was like on the bench looking over, like, "Who are you? Are you Maroon? You're in the NHL, huh? Are you enjoying it? Is it like fantasy camp? Yeah, enjoy the A, bud. Enjoy the A.
See,
enjoy the A." Like,
in that case, the other guy, they were a very different status. This was like a champ. I don't even know. He might not have been champ. I guess a contender.
I know exactly how it happened, actually.
That's fair
Woody.
enough, then. That's a good point.
And this is why I'm siding with Taylor and Kyle on this one, was because a journalist asked Connor who he would like to fight in the division. Actually, I think he asked him who the most difficult fight would be. And Jeremy Stevens commandeered the question while Jeremy Stevens was ranked probably pretty close to 10. Connor knows it's me. I hit harder than, any of these other 145ers. I'm a dangerous fight for him. I'll put him on his ass. He commandeered the question and didn't even say anything funny. So for that reason, I'm very happy Connor
He said he was
smacked
the
him.
hardest hitting 145 pounder, that when he knocks people out, they don't just go down, they stay down. Something close
That's
to that.
what
It
he
was a
said.
little
He
better
did.
than you laid it out to be. And also,
That's
I think
better,
he
yeah.
was better than 10th. I think he might have been top 5. Like, he was right in there.
He was in that
think.
press conference, which meant he was probably
That's
doing
right.
okay.
These were all
Yeah.
champions and like number top 5 contenders. Yeah. And then Connor hits him back with the, who the fuck is that guy or something. And this would be more like Ovechkin saying he's going to win the cup and Crosby being like, "Who are you?" Dude, you know who Ovechkin is. Stop it. Like, he was invited to this elite press conference just like you were. I get it.
Yeah.
He's not on your level, but he's fucking Ovechkin. Like, he's also very good.
I feel you, but I also get that, like, Connor, he probably has some stock insults, like, in his head, ready for it. And he's not a comedian. He's probably not that quick on his feet. These fighters notoriously slow in a conversation with a quick comeback. Generally, like, they're not very good at that because their living is getting the shit kicked out of them. And I could totally see him floundering and panicking and being like, "Who the fuck are you? Oh, you don't even fucking know me. You're not even in my fucking league. I got 2 belts, not for nothing." That kind of shit. Like, just trying to pump it up and like floundering a bit. But his delivery is so good. His delivery is perfect, and unlike a lot of these, I don't follow it the way you two do, but I look at it from the business side of it and see, like, he knew exactly when to capitalize, and he now knows that he doesn't really need to fight anymore. Like, if he wants to pop back in, it seems almost like it's a way to promote his other endeavors as much as it is a way to get some to fight. Really,
I can't deny it's working. It's working. It's clearly working. That'd be like me saying Coca-Cola's advertising is ineffective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's not, right? I cannot like it, but don't deny
Yeah.
it's effective, you dummy. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the product that's selling.
It's like when people talk shit about Donald Trump. Well, he's worth $5 billion and he's fucking the second hottest first lady. So go fuck
The
yourself.
second honest first lady.
I mean, yeah,
I
behind
love
Michelle Obama.
that. Michelle, damn, that bombshell. Michelle Obama. Yeah, bombshell Obama, they should call her. Except no. Yeah,
Who is the
that's great.
first?
No, he was joking that the first was Michelle.
Was
and
that the joke that the first was Michelle?
Yeah, that was
I
the
thought you were-
little callback.
I thought it was a Jackie O reference. I don't know why I made